Welcome, one and all, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. But tonight, we are all Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel's peers across the late-night talk shows are addressing the recent suspension of his show. On Wednesday, September 17th, ABC announced that, quote, Jimmy Kimmel Live will be preempted indefinitely. The broadcast network made the decision after criticism from FCC Chair Brendan Carr and Nexstar over Kimmel's comments about the suspect in Charlie Kirk's killing. Kimmel had expressed condolences to Kirk's family prior to his on-air comments about the investigation.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
Jon Stewart responded directly to a clip of a UK reporter questioning President Trump about freedom of speech in the US.
You may call it free speech in jolly old England, but in America we have a little something called the First Amendment. And let me tell you how it works. There's something called a talent-o-meter. It's a completely scientific instrument that is kept on the president's desk. And it tells the president when a performer's TQ, talent quotient, measured mostly by niceness to the president, goes below a certain level, at which point the FCC must be notified to threaten the acquisition prospects for billion-dollar mergers of network affiliates. These affiliates are then asked to give ultimatums to the even larger megacorporation that controls the flow of state-approved content, or the FCC can just choose to threaten those licenses directly. It's basic science.
Jimmy Fallon echoed Stewart's tone when speaking about the president.
Well, guys, the big story is that Jimmy Kimmel was suspended by ABC after pressure from the FCC, leaving everyone thinking WTF. Yeah, a lot of people are worried that we won't keep saying what we want to say or that we'll be censored. But I'm going to cover the president's trip to the UK just like I normally would. Here we go. Well, guys, President Trump just wrapped up his 3-day trip to the UK, and he
looked incredibly handsome.
While Stephen Colbert shared his thoughts on Brendan Carr's objection of Kimmel's remarks.
The chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, who has the power over ABC's broadcast licenses, sounds like he's telling them to punish Kimmel or else. It feels to me like shutting down this type of speech would represent a serious threat to our freedoms. And you know who else thinks that? Brendan Carr in 2020, when he tweeted, "From internet memes to late-night comedians, political satire helps hold those in power accountable. Shutting down this type of political speech, especially at the urging of those targeted or threatened by its message, would represent a serious threat to our freedoms." Oh, man, do not tell Brendan Carr that Brendan Carr said that, or he's going to get Brendan Carr to cancel Brendan Carr.
And Seth Meyers remarked on the state banquet the royal family recently held during Trump's visit.
During his remarks at a state dinner last night, King Charles told President Trump that he has, quote, always admired the ingenuity of the American people and the principles of freedom that your great democracy has represented since its inception. Apparently, King Charles, not much of a news junkie.
At the time of publication, Jimmy Kimmel has not spoken publicly about his show's suspension. Access Hollywood has reached out to Kimmel for comment.